week is National GERD Awareness Week, and with nearly 60 million Americans suffering from acid reflux, it's surprising to think there's still a lot we don't understand about this disease.
Indeed. Here to address the burning questions is ear, nose, and throat specialist Dr. Jonathan Aviv. Good to have you with us, Doc.
Thank you so much for having me here.
So your book, Killing Me Softly from Inside, it goes into the mysteries and some of the dangers behind acid reflux. What inspired you to write it?
It started as a personal story. 18 years ago, in the middle of the night, I woke up suddenly choking. I thought that was it for me. And as it turns out, I don't have any heartburn. Acid from my stomach came up, spilled over into my vocal cords, and shut them tight. That started a long and winding journey, both personally and then now professionally, to find out how this could happen, how I, an expert in the field, didn't even know that acid could do this. And as it turns out, my patients over the years come in not complaining of heartburn, they come in complaining of what I call throat burn, cough, throat clearing, hoarseness, lump sensation in the throat, post-nasal drip. And what is it? It's not allergies, it's not sinus disease, it actually turns out to be acid reflux.
Wow. And when you hear acid reflux, many of us think, oh, it's heartburn, but it's not necessarily always the indicator, right?
That is correct, and that's such a mistake. There are basically two types of acid reflux. What I call heartburn reflux, the traditional burning that you get here, and something called throat burn reflux, where the symptoms are here. And what's very important for your viewers to understand is if you have heartburn and it suddenly goes away, it's not because you're better. What the acid does is causes a burn. Burn causes swelling, and when tissues are swollen, they're numb. You don't feel anything. So when heartburn goes away, don't rejoice. Go see the doctor and let them look at this area.
Indeed, people, I've heard you say, have ignored this. The discomfort goes on for a couple of hours, and they ignore it, and that has actually led to something of an epidemic. Can you tell folks a little about that?
Correct. So acid reflux, we think of the traditional plop, plop, fizz, fizz. You take a pill, you're done, you're better. But that's not the case. What happens is, over a period of time, acid injury can affect not only the esophagus, but the lungs, the throat, the vocal cords, one of the most common causes of hoarseness, as it turns out. And over time, this can lead to progression to precancer and even esophageal cancer, which is the fastest growing cancer in America and Europe.
Wow.
Wow.
So how often should people go to a doctor? I mean, some people don't really suffer from acid reflux and, sometimes get it, and there's people who have more of an intense case. How often should people get checked out?
Well, it's really symptom driven. I'm not advocating screening by any stretch. If you have chronic cough, that's cough lasting more than 8 weeks, hoarseness, frequent throat clearing, that type of thing, lump-like sensation in the throat. Before a show starts, before a movie starts, you're always hearing people clearing their throat. If that's going on for 8 weeks, then go see your doctor.
Okay.
In the book, you've got not just great information, but you've also got something of a diet and really a prescription for people who are suffering from acid reflux. How did you come up with this, and what is it going to help people with specifically?
So the diet is called the Acid Watcher Diet, and it's both a diet and a lifestyle change. The diet is something that is low in acid, high in fiber, and nutritionally balanced. It's not a deprivation diet where I say don't eat fats or don't eat carbs. It's a balanced amount. You need all of these. The body needs all of these. So that's what we've come up with. It's designed to heal the body from years of acid damage. The recipes take 5 to 10 minutes. They're delicious, you'll see.
As we'll see, yeah.
And the point is, we want people to have something that's easily transportable. You can make it quickly, you can take it with you, you can go to any eatery and get most of these things. There's some basic things to stay away from, and there's some basic things to try.
So we have here a smoothie, right? What does the smoothie consist of?
Yeah, so this is what I call the Dr. Aviv smoothie. It is banana, a handful of berries, and almond milk. Almond milk neutralizes the acidity of berries. People don't realize that berries, while very, very healthy, are very acidic. So by neutralizing the acidity of the berries with almond milk, you get a very low acid, high fiber snack.
It's really good. And that's much what the diet is about, is getting the acid content in the food down and mitigated, right?
Correct. So what we want to do is find areas where you could take healthy things that are acidic and neutralize them. Certain things you can't get around, for instance, soda, that's very acidic. Now, I've also created a 60-second power bar.
Wow.
And what
This
that
is homemade? Like you make this yourself?
Homemade, this morning. So it doesn't take long, takes about a minute. And what it is
Ooh, peanut
dates
butter.
and almonds with a little peanut butter, organic peanut butter, food processor, some coconut flakes on it.
That's great.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And low in acid, once again.
Low in acid. We've tested the pH of all these substances. They're low in acid.
Doctor, thank you so much for being here and for sharing all this great information. For the recipes for Dr. Aviv's smoothie and his 60-second power bar, which are really good,
They are.
log on to bettertv.com.
And be sure to get your copy of Dr. Jonathan Aviv's book, Killing Me Softly from Inside, The Mysteries and Dangers of Acid Reflux. It is currently available on Amazon.
Next week on the